Hello everyone. This is the second video of mole concept, and today we are going to study about percentage composition. So what is a percentage composition and why it is required? First of all, till now we have studied about Avogadro constant. In Avogadro constant, we came to know that 1 mole of any substance contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. But sometimes we need to check purity of any unknown substance by comparing percentage of constituents of that substance with the known sample. Okay, for the percentage composition of water, for example, if H2O, we know that water has the formula H2O. So the molecular mass or gram molecular mass, whatever we want to calculate, that we can find out. So the gram molecular mass of H2O would be, the hydrogen has 2 atoms here, so the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. 2 into 1 plus 16, that is 18 gram. So the mass percent of any element which is present in the given compound, that would be the mass of that element in the compound upon molar mass of that compound multiplied by 100. So let's see how much percentage we will get. The mass percent of hydrogen would be, the mass percent of hydrogen present in the H2O is 2. So 2 upon 18, that is molecular mass, 2 upon 18 into 100. By the calculation, we get the value 11.11%. Similarly, for mass percent of oxygen, you can see that 16 is the mass of oxygen present in the compound, that is 16, and molar mass is 18 of water. So 16 by 18 into 100, that would be equal to 88.89%. So this is the by this we can say that percentage composition of hydrogen and oxygen in the water is this and this. Let's take one more example. The percentage composition of ethanol. First of all, we must know the formulas of the compounds. Like C2H5OH is the formula of ethanol. Now, the molecular mass of C2H5OH, that is ethanol, is 2 atoms of carbon, 12 into 2, plus 5 atoms of hydrogen, 1 into 5, plus oxygen has 16 atomic mass and hydrogen is 1. So 24 plus 5 plus 16 and plus 1 would be equal to 46 unit, that is molecular mass. But because in the formula we use molar mass, so that should be converted into gram, as the molar mass of any compound is the that you can say the molecular mass expressed in grams. Now similarly, as we have done in the water, percentage of hydrogen and oxygen, here we will conclude the or you can say calculate the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So let's see how much values we have got. Mass percent of carbon would be equal to, carbon has 24 molecular mass here, so 24 upon the molar mass is 46 multiplied by 100, we get this value. Similarly for hydrogen, 6, that is 5 plus 1, because 5 and 1, hydrogen is at 2 places, so 6 by 46 into 100, that is 13.13%, and oxygen is 16 upon 46, that is 34.73%. So in this way we can calculate the percentage composition. It is a very important concept, because this is used to determine the empirical formula, and some other calculations also it is used very much. So let's study that how percentage composition is used to determine the empirical formula. So our next topic is empirical formula for the molecular formula. So what is empirical formula first? Empirical formula represents the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound. It is the simplest whole number ratio, whereas the molecular formula gives the exact number of all atoms present in a molecule of compound. Let's take an example. If we have molecular formula of ethane, that is C2H6, then empirical formula would be simplest ratio, that is 2 and 6 have common factor as 2, so 2 ones are 2, 2 3s are 6, so the empirical formula becomes CH3. I hope it is understood. Now let's see that how the numericals of empirical formulas are solved. It is a very important concept of the mole concept part. So the first numerical we are taking, a compound contains 4.07% of hydrogen, 24.27% of carbon and 71.67% of chlorine. Its molecular mass is 98.96 gram. What are its empirical and molecular formulas? So first of all, we should make a table like this. Okay, it will make our calculations easy and short. So the first is elements, second is percentage composition, then gram molecular mass or atomic mass, then the ratio of percentage composition and mass, that is called number of moles, relative number of moles in the given compound. And then we found the simple ratio. Simple ratio is the ratio between the number of moles determined here, and then we get the ratios as whole numbers. So let's see how it is calculated. First we take all the elements which are there in the compound: hydrogen, carbon and chlorine. The percentage composition is given this. Atomic mass, molecular masses or atomic masses we must learn, that is hydrogen is 1, carbon is 12 and chlorine is 35.5. When we get the number of moles from this, then what we do? Percentage composition upon mass. So percentage composition 4.07 upon 1. Here we can take exact masses also, like I have taken the rounded off values of molecular masses, or you can say the atomic masses. So 4.07 upon 1 gives 4.07. Then for carbon, 24.27 upon 12 would give 2.02, and 71.65 by 35.5 would give 2.1. Now for the simple ratio, what we do? We take the smallest ratio from these values. Smallest ratio is 2.02. We divide all the values from the smallest value. So 4.07 by 2.02, 2.02 upon 2.02 and 2.1 upon 2.02. The values will come approximately 2.0 something. Here it is equal to 1 only, and here it is 1.05 something. So we take the ratios as whole numbers. So 2.0 something will be rounded off as 2, 1 is 1 and 1 point something is 1. So when these whole number ratios we get, then we can easily write the empirical formula of the given compound in this question. So what is the empirical formula? Empirical formula becomes all the elements with the respective whole number ratios from this column. So carbon is 1, hydrogen is 2 and chlorine is 1. Generally in hydrocarbons we write carbon first and then hydrogen, that is why I have written in the same way. So carbon 1, hydrogen 2 and chlorine 1. Now we calculate the empirical mass, empirical formula mass, that is carbon has atomic mass, that is 12, plus hydrogen is 1 into 2 and chlorine is 35.5. When we calculate this value, it will become 49.5 gram. 49.5 gram. Now we calculate the next term which is required to obtain the molecular formula, that is N. N is the ratio of molar mass and empirical formula mass. So as molar mass was given in the question already, 98.96 gram. So 98.96 gram upon the empirical formula mass, that is 49.5 gram, we get the value approximately 2. So we get the round off value, that is 2. Then we use the next formula, that is molecular formula is equal to 2 into empirical formula. So 2 into empirical formula we have got from here CH2Cl. Now remember this, that this value is multiplied with the each atom of the element in the empirical formula. So it would be written as carbon will be, there is 1 atom, it will become 2, hydrogen that is 2, that will become 4 and chlorine was 1, it will become 2. So our molecular formula of the given compound should be C2H4Cl2. Let's take one more example to understand this concept in better way. The next question says, in a hydrocarbon, carbon is 82.7%, hydrogen is 17.3% and the mass of 132 ml at STP of it is 0.342 gram, and we have to calculate its molecular formula. So again, first of all, we should make the table, that is element, percentage composition, atomic mass, relative number of moles, simplest mole ratio and then whole number ratio. Now elements, Again, it is given only hydrogen and carbon and hydrogen here, percentage composition, atomic masses. This time I have taken the exact values of atomic masses. So when we calculate the relative number of moles, that would become percentage composition upon atomic mass. 82.7 by 12.01, the value will come 6.89. For hydrogen, 17.3 upon 1.008, that would become 17.2. Now the simplest mole ratio, we divide all the ratios from the smaller ratio only. So by smaller ratio, we divide all the ratios, 6.89 by 6.89, that is 1, and 17.2 upon 6.89, that would give 2.5. Now how to make it whole number? When we round off like 2.1, we make it 2 only, but here it is 2.5. So for these kind of values, we multiply all the numbers by 2. So 2 into 2.5 become 5 and 2 into 1 become 2. So again, now the empirical formula, carbon has 2 atoms here, hydrogen has 5 number here, so C2H5. This would be the empirical formula. Then we calculate empirical formula mass, that is carbon has 12 atomic number, 12 into 2 atoms plus hydrogen has 1 into 5, that would become 29 unit. As we know that atomic mass unit is now represented by U only. Now the question was given that at STP 132 ml is equal to 0.342 gram. So first of all we should take like at STP the value is given this much. The mass of the compound is 0.342 gram. So we know that at STP 1 mole is equal to 22,400 ml or 22.4 liters also generally we'll learn it. Okay. So we convert it into ml. So 22,400 ml would be equal to how much mass? By calculation we have got approximately equal to 58 unit value. Now again the N we have to find out, that is equal to molecular mass upon empirical mass. When we divide it we get 2. Molecular mass we have got here 58 and empirical mass we have calculated it here 29. So 58 upon 29 is 2. Now the next formula, that is molecular formula, is equal to N into empirical formula. So N we got 2 into C2H5, that is empirical formula here, 2 into C2H5, it becomes C2C4H10, which is butane. Let's take one more example, and there is a very important concept of vapor density is used in this question. So it is a very important question. The question is, a compound has empirical formula as C3H6O. Its vapor density is 29. Now determine its molecular formula. So how can we use the vapor density in our numericals? First of all, we should calculate the empirical formula and its mass. So empirical formula is already given. The mass would become, carbon has atomic mass 12, the 3 atoms, so 12 into 3 plus hydrogen is 1 into 6 atoms plus 16 of oxygen. When we add it, we will get 58 unit. Now for the vapor density use, we have a next formula, that is molecular formula is equal to 2 into vapor density. So vapor density already is given 29. So molecular formula would become 2 into 29, that is 58. So here you can see that molecular formula and empirical mass formula mass both are equal. So the value of N would become molecular mass upon empirical formula mass, 58 by 58, that is only 1. So molecular formula, next formula, N into empirical formula, because N is 1 only, so 1 into C3H6O, that is the empirical formula already given in the question. The molecular formula would be C3H6O. Now this question shows that in some compounds which are, you can say, that already in the simplest forms, so empirical formula could be equal to molecular formula also. So that is all about empirical formula and its numericals. Thank you.